This video was designed to talk you through the Newcastle coastal management case study and to help you have an understanding of the issues and what the situation is like in real life down in Newcastle. From this map in front of us, you can see that obviously there's Larne, here's Belfast, and the Newcastle case study is located in this area right down in the southeast corner of Northern Ireland. It's a big tourist destination. It has good road links with Belfast, and I think that is one of the reasons why it has become such a big tourist destination within Northern Ireland. Some of the figures that you can use in your case study is that the local population is said to grow by about 15,000 people over the summer, as there's a big influx of tourists, not just from Belfast but from the rest of Northern Ireland as a whole. This influx of tourists really benefits the local economy. People spend a lot of money in the area when they come to visit, and for that reason the council in this area are then prepared to attempt to manage the coastline sustainably in a bid to ensure that these tourists continue to come and stay in Newcastle. That's the sort of background information. Now is time to have a look at some of the strategies that are used in this area. This picture is a little bit dark, but hopefully you can see here, this is the Sleeve Donard Hotel, which is located just at the edge of Newcastle. But the reason why I've included this picture is really for this area along the front is protected by a seawall. So this seawall has a curved sort of C shape, so obviously as the waves would break against the seawall, they would be refracted and sent back out to sea. This would not be considered sustainable. It's a hard engineering strategy and therefore needs to be maintained and repaired over time. Obviously it costs a lot of money, so it would be argued that this wouldn't be a sustainable method. Why is it there? Well, obviously it's protecting the hotel, and that is crucial for continuing to attract tourists to this area. This is sort of at the other end of the town. Another picture here. Again, you can see the seawall along the front. This again is showing that it's protecting both residential properties, roads, and in this case this is a sort of a nice promenade that runs along the seafront in Newcastle. You can see some of the sort of art, nice grassed and landscaped areas, nice sort of street lighting in the area. So yeah, really attractive area, again aimed at bringing the tourists there, and the seawall is here, again a hard engineering strategy to protect this part of the town. Up next, in your case study we'll talk about the River Shimna. This is where the River Shimna enters into the sea, and there's a number of key things that we can see here. Not too clear on this, but actually we have gabion boxes used along the mouth of the river here, and obviously on this side as well. Those gabion boxes are 1 metre square cages which are filled with local stones, and they're used basically here to prevent erosion by the river and to make sure that this bank doesn't collapse down into the river. And again, that's about protecting these areas. This is the other end of the promenade that we can see here. Nice bridge walkway feature which takes you along here. Some other things you can see, we've got some sort of rock armour.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
Some sort of rock armour along here and here. Again, that's protecting things behind, hard engineering strategy. These two areas here and here are old groins, so these aren't part of our case study. They were the management strategies before that, and you can see that they haven't been maintained or repaired, and now they're completely ineffective. A lot of the wood has rotted and been washed away, and they're no good at preventing longshore drift in this area. Here's a second picture of that same sort of scene. So yeah, gabion boxes here and here along the side of the river. The rock armour you can see stretches right around here, and here are the two old groins which have fallen into disrepair. Just pull around this way a little bit. You can see the rock armour extends around here. Another big tourist attraction in the area. It's like an open air pool with water slides and things like that. In the background you can see sort of the main street, and over here you can see some more of the tourist attractions. I think these are sort of ride-on sort of swans that you can hire out and get out under the water. This is sort of playing fields, pitch and putt type things. So again, all aimed at attracting the tourists to the area. So the area that we have just been talking about is down in here. So this is much further north, and the camera's looking back towards the town. This is the Royal County Down Golf Course. So it runs along the seafront here, and this has been protected by rock armour to prevent erosion. This golf course is touted as one of the best golf courses in the world, and again, golf tourism is massive for this area, and it's also useful to protect this area to ensure that the golf course remains there and usable. Final little picture for this case study. Obviously this is the harbour in the area. This old sort of concrete breakwater you can see here and here was probably being eroded by the sea. So they've put in this rock armour or riprap around the outside of it. And you can see here that it's being pretty effective at breaking up the waves, preventing erosion of the actual harbour wall itself, and protecting the boats inside the harbour. So that's your overview of the Newcastle case study. Hopefully you found that useful.